lessons are very interesting topic to discuss. But before we get to private lessons themselves, let's briefly mention a different mediums, different ways that one could really stimulate themselves and one could learn jiu-jitsu or self-defense or fighting in general. Well, we have this group class aspect, which gathers, depending on the facility, but anywhere from handful to even, 50 plus people on the mat with an instructor showing handful of techniques and everybody practice. It's a great way to collaborate in a larger group and a great way to really engage with the general concepts and techniques from the instructor. However, the downfall of it is that the one-on-one attention now is minimized, right, depending on the amount of people in the group. But there is even an opportunity that you might not be able to ask a question during those sessions. So this is where small groups come in handy. Small groups limiting it to 6 or 4 or 8, whatever the case might be. Now that creates a similar scenario of a group instruction. However, the opportunity to ask questions and give a little more specific on details is significantly higher. Now, if we take this entire scenario and compare this to one-on-one private lessons, this is where the power of one-on-one interaction between student and instructor takes place. Very often, private lessons are customized to your need. They are strategically placed and designed by the instructors. They are with a pure purpose of answering your questions and really target and nail right where we need to be with these specific things that we are trying to address. So for example, you're working on specific techniques or subset techniques or a specific concept, the instructor should be able to provide you specific answers catering not only to the situation, but also to your level, to your body type, to the specific scenario or circumstance that we are trying to evaluate, you are trying to evaluate at that particular time. So you see a value behind 100% custom approach to learning jiu-jitsu. Matter of fact, way back in the day when Brazil and the Gracie family, there was no group classes. All learning jiu-jitsu was through private one-on-one sessions. Now, today we find ourselves in a world where private sessions might not be as available. There's a lot of individuals and students training jiu-jitsu. The time is limited for all of us. And also, let's not underestimate the fact that there is a cost associated with private lessons, which is significantly higher than a typical group class or small group. So there are some choices that you're going to have to make for yourself, whether group classes or private lessons are your way of learning or your way of answering and tackling some of these obstacles and questions that you might have in your mind. However, I will tell you one thing. Don't underestimate the power of private lessons. The one-on-one interaction, from my experience, as an instructor and as a student, it is mind-blowing. One private lesson a month or every other month could literally change the way how you look at jiu-jitsu and address some of those frustration points that you might have and some of those points that were not answered in the group classes or during your sparring sessions, during your drilling sessions. Something to think about. As always, talk to your instructors. Make sure that those situations are presented in the right way and then make choices as they fit you and your personal needs. Peace.